Hello, everyone, and today we will be going over once again They Will Thirst No More Part 2. If you haven't seen my Tangy Bars and They Will Thirst No More Part 1, I'll put the two videos down the link in the description so you guys can watch it before you can jump down to this Part 2 of They Will Thirst No More. Again, let's get to 30 views. Let's get right into it. Kids Crossing Christian Fellowship will back again. Faith from around the country. We have hosts
We're
here.
once
We have Reverend Bill Dean.
again looking at faith from around the good old US of A. Today our guest is an English transplant who now calls the town of Kate's Crossing home. She's been instrumental in introducing the Elijah Fellowship to our hometown. If you are interested in attending the Elijah Fellowship, stick around until the end of the show. But I will tell you, it's set in one of the prettiest places in Louisiana. Nothing like hearing the good word on the edge of the man shack. Good afternoon, Miss Brown.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me on. Can I just quickly say that it's been lovely meeting the people of Kate's Crossing. They've been so kind to us. We've been sponsoring charity events where we can, and it's been wonderful hearing about the town and its history and such. Just a quick reminder while I have you that we're sponsoring a food drive for the homeless this weekend,
That's
and
good.
I want to encourage anyone who would like to help or just to have a chat with us to come out and participate. The Elijah Fellowship are a wonderful bunch of people, and I'm super excited to tell you about what we've been up to.
Hold on. Looks like we're getting a phone call. Someone's saying they're interested in helping. Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
We got Mr. Miss Smith
Hello,
on the
Miss
call.
Brown.
Hi, nice to meet you. Gosh, like I actually feel a bit like a celebrity now. Sorry. So you're interested in helping out?
No. I'm interested in saving your soul. You're not as welcome as you pretend to be. Some might be blinded, but the eye sees you for what you are. You and your fellowship are a pretender of peace, nothing more. But fear not. We offer you a place with us. Embrace the abandoned part of your soul, the backward part, and be filled with false hope no more.
Our God's words are clear, Mr. Smith. There is no false hope, nor the flailing of a pretender. He is very real. I have seen and felt his embrace. Perhaps, if you'd like, you could attend some of our sermons and hear what we have to say.
I find that amusing, since your damnation wrapped in a mockery of salvation. You are not a friend of the angels, but you are no friend of ours either. You are a lie wrapped and twisted in another.
Now wait a minute.
It's okay, Reverend. I have this under control. Mr. Smith, you claim to offer salvation. That's bold. Come now. If you are engaged with who I think you are, then you do not offer anything positive for the good people of Kate's Crossing. These people have been through enough. It is time to let them know the glory of our God. If free from the shackles you might place on them. We have come to free them. We have already begun this good work.
You will either drink or you will be no more.
Mr. Smith, I've been here in Kate's Crossing for some time now, yet my mind is clear. My spirit is pure and my body is untainted. What does that tell you? I can drink the water and still retain my soul. Your master is weaker than he presents himself. And with a wave of his hand, our God can undo everything that you have built.
Be careful of your threats. Our God is a hungry God. Tempt him, and he may make a meal of you.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna talk about the worms.
I'm sorry, Miss Brown. I'm not sure what that was about.
Oh, no need to apologize, Reverend. Those engaged with the Lord's work need not fear the bleating of soon-to-be-dead gods. I am reminded of Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 11.
Tell me.
Thus shall ye say unto them, the gods that have not made the heavens and the earth, even they shall perish from the earth and from under these heavens.
Operation reported status from the Elijah Fellowship. Part was sabotage detection training for use in civil infrastructure. Salt protocol, non-civil agency version, annotated.
This section shows you how to test for saltwater contamination.
Re-expert verification of holy salt sabotage in infected water sources.
First, place 2 milliliters
Water
of
sample
reagent
with
H
blessed
in a
extract
test
before handling to
tube.
prevent indoctrination? Is that what it is? I might have to look forward to it to go to house research for it. Overall tangible
Shake the
sodium
oil
chloride
sample.
salinity should be risen to 1.23 grams per kilogram 1. It is important to collect samples from various locations to
Then
verify
take
efficacy.
5 milliliters of it with the syringe provided.
Blessed oils contain 0 milligrams of sodium chloride. However, native water sources may contain trace salt quantities. Remember,
Add it
aiming
to
for
the test
best
tube.
salinity, not just any presence of salt. Oh, by the way, you can read the captions even though they're not fully corrected.
Put the cap back on and shake well.
So that's supposed to be the water? Seems contaminated.
Before placing the
parasite
tube
is
upright
resilient.
in
This step is
hot
important to
water
protect
for
yourself from
1
accidental
hour.
infection, should any remain viable. Hot water for an hour.
Take a test pad from the box and replace the lid, being careful only to handle it by the edges.
Though there should be no further activity, please remain
Using a
vigilant.
pin, pierce it about 10 or 15 times in the center.
If you wish, you may recite the 15 Psalms of Ascent. Do so silently to avoid unwanted attention.
Flush the pipette.
So it's up to you if you're gonna read all of this out and pause this video. But one thing's for certain that I would say, it is that we believe that this collection within the Book of Psalms consists of the songs that these pilgrims sang together on their way to the holy city, ascending the hills one by one until they reached Zion itself. So here are the titles for the 15 Psalms to study day by day. The Psalm 120, calling on the Lord for deliverance. Psalm 121, the Lord is your keeper. Psalm 122, let us go to the house of the Lord. Psalm 123, pleading for God's mercy. Psalm 124, God is our help in trouble. 125, the Lord surrounds his people. 126, reaping with shouts of joy. 127, resting in God's provision. Psalm 128, the blessings of trusting in the Lord. 129, oppressed but not defeated. 130, waiting expectantly for the Lord. 131, quieting our soul in the Lord. 132, God's promise to David. 133, the beauty of unity. Psalm 134, come bless the Lord. I will read it only its introduction. I will look it forward into it. So why are they called songs of ascent? The Psalm 120 to 134 each begin with a description of Song of Ascent, Song of the in English Standard Version, the New Reader Standard Version, New International Version, New American Standard Bible, and New James Bible. And then for the King James Version, which is kind of original, the Song of Degrees. We have four signs of songs of ashes. We have the literal steps. You can pause in this video so you can read all of this out and make uh, a theory somehow of what's gonna happen, like what is connected to the video of They Will Thirst No More Part 2 in the first part. And then we have the rhythm of psalms, songs of returning exiles, and pilgrim songs. You can read all of this out if you wanted to. You can pause the video so that you can have knowledge of what songs of ashes are all about. And well, let's continue to the video.
Flush the pipette with reagent H. Then draw off a sample of the water layer in the test tube.
You may see three distinct layers: water, oil, and dead parasite. If her blame sediment contamination. Why do I laugh at that? I don't know. So we got water.
Wipe
oil.
off any oil and squeeze a few drops of water back into the test tube.
Why?
Place the next drop of water onto the test pad and leave it for 5 minutes. Compare the result on the pad to the examples on the inside cover of the box or in the instruction manual. If there is no yellow or only a very faint yellow, the water is fresh.
The quantity should give an exponent.
If a large yellow patch appears, the sample is contaminated by salt water. You should always check a positive reading by repeating the test. To summarize, separate the water from the oil using reagent H. This takes 1 hour. Puncture a test pad and treat it with a sample of the water obtained. Compare the pad with the examples given.
Okay.
Repeat test if a positive result is obtained. Beware contamination by sweat.
So it needs to be negative? Interaction with the infected. Okay, hold on now.
Hi, my name is Eddie Cat.
Nice to
Get
meet you,
it?
Etiquette.
Like etiquette. Easy to understand why I love manners. Today, I'm going to help you learn good everyday manners. Knowing the right manners will make you feel good about yourself, help you win new friends,
Blending in
and
with
put
the
you at
infected is
ease
vital
in any
phase of what we
situation.
remember. They are also
And they're fun
acting.
to learn. Anyone can demonstrate courtesy and
virus
kindness
adapt
to
that
others,
much.
and that's the stuff manners are made of. Do you know how to make good introductions? Eat in a fancy restaurant? Well, I'll show you.
Oh, hi,
You will
Reed.
be
Come
invited
on
to their
in.
homes
Hi,
willingly.
Jenny. Hi, Clay.
They
Thanks
will
for
greet
having
you
me over.
warmly.
Come
You
here,
must
Mom.
not show your revulsion. In other words, your suspicion.
Mom, this is my friend Reed Thomas. Reed, this is my mom, Mrs. Smith.
Hi, Reed. Nice to meet you.
Mrs. Smith. That is a familiar surname. Given the previous let's say part wherein we have Kate's Crossing Christian Fellowship, we are talking about Mr. Smith. And based on my current information we have, he's infected with virus, and he's somehow worshipping the false god, which is the virus. We will know more when we get to the Oracle project to what the virus actually does. Right now, we know that it is a threat, a governmental amount of concern. So Mr. Smith, I believe he's infected to the Tangy virus and consult the virus itself or the parasite as a god itself, because how powerful it is and how it tries to spread and how it's sentient, just like how Julia Williams spoke in the previous Tangy virus video. Yeah, this might get a pretty prediction onto it. And if you have theories that I have been missed out, go leave them in the comments down below so I can read of them off camera, and I will reply as much as I can with the current information I will have in the future dates once I repeat all of the three videos, like the Tangy virus, They Will Thirst No More Part 1 and Part 2. So, moving on.
Mom, this is my friend Reed Thomas. Reed, this is my mom, Mrs. Smith.
Hi, Reed. Nice to meet you.
And this is our neighbor, Crystal Johnson.
Hi, Reed. It's nice to meet you.
Nice.
Remember to always use first and last names when making introductions. And when you introduce two people, it helps to tell them a little bit about
The
each
high
other.
hungers for information
Like
do
what
not be
grade they're
evasive.
in, and where they live, and what their hobbies are.
Stick to your story.
Hey, another visitor. Let's see what happens next.
I think I get the part 2 now. So, is Mrs. Smith also infected? When Reed Thomas is about to enter Smith's house? Because that would be crazy. Like, that would be crazy to nullify your presence, your sense towards the infected, like pretending to be a normal person, as it should be in the first place. Wow.
Hey! Mom, this is Kanan
You will always
Ross.
be outnumbered,
She's in my
but some may
math
not
class
yet
at
be
school.
infected.
And
Treat them
she lives
kindly,
over
but do
at
not trust
Walker
them.
Street. Kanan, this is my mom, Mrs. Smith. Hi, Mrs. Smith. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Kanan?
Did you notice that Clay didn't introduce his mom by her first and last name, but as Mrs. Smith?
Oh yeah.
You should always use a title, such as Mr. or Mrs. when speaking to or about an adult. If
I
Mrs. Smith
prefer
wants to be called
authority-
something else, she'll...
Hold on your horses, man. The I prefers authoritarian structure disguises southern charm. Avoid familiarities and stick to formal terms. Now, what is southern charm?
let you know. Also, the rule to follow is to introduce the younger people to the adults. What do you
Makes
say
sense.
we catalog what we've just learned? Always use first and last names.
Yeah?
Be sure to use appropriate titles, such as Mr. or Mrs. when introducing adults. And tell the people you're introducing something about each other. Because it's just good manners. I'd promised Kanan I'd go over the rules.
Hold on. The infected are prolific gift givers, often food or drink items. Accept them, then dispose of them. However, the flex is fish with poor to see. So that's like Mrs. Smith bakes a cookie, and if it gives it to you, accept them, and then when you're out of the field from them, you can just pretty easily dispose it. Pretty smart though, I'm gonna be honest.
For writing a great thank you note. You should always write a thank you note as soon as possible after receiving a gift,
Yeah.
whether it's for
pretty
your
much.
birthday or another occasion. Also, after you spend the night at a friend's house, you should write a note thanking the hostess, your friend's
The infected do not know for sure if you're like them. Deference and subservience will be your shield. Okay.
mom for having you as her house guest. All right, let's... To write a terrific thank you note, first, be sure to name the gift. Always mention how you'll use and enjoy the gift, and let the
Okay.
person know you appreciate his thinking of you.
Part 6? We didn't get part 3, part 4, and part 5. What's happened? What happened? Already conclusion and notes. What happened to the three parts, huh? Haitian spawning site destroyed or neutralized. Several key communities cleared of infection. Enemy will respond violently but mostly unprepared for resistance. True enemy can produce sinkholes. Now that is another series from Vintage 8, The Sinkhole. I haven't watched it since I firstly watched it with Marcus, but judging by this video with the tight connection that there will there's no more part 1, feel like I feel like the next one we're gonna watch is about sinkholes. Before we're going proceeding to the Oracle project, which kind of makes sense in the timeline of the Tangi virus from Vintage 8. That is hella creative, I might say. Total victory may be difficult. Reinfection seems difficult but not impossible. High rate of abnormals. Enemy agents are successfully avoiding taking prisoners. No enemy has not been physically located. Complete destruction of virus and construction recommended. So basically, nuking the building. Total number freed and converted. Now, what do you mean by number freed and converted? Is it either tangivirus that got cured, or the new person that got infected with tangivirus, which is converted, of 34,649 people, which is a lot. And take note, people, if this background music is copyrighted, I'll make sure to mute it. And at the same time, you don't want to miss any more valuable information or valuable audio clips. So I will do as much as I can to mute the music without causing the disturbance of the audio that this video is produced. So keep watching. O Lord God, to whom vengeance belongeth, O God, to whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself, reap of thyself, thou judge of the earth, render reward to the proud.
This is a message for my counterpart, the one who serves the eye. Greeting.
I
trust your master's displeasure has now opened your eyes to the folly of your actions. Did you truly believe that an ocean would keep you safe from us? That our warnings were
That's
not
Mr.
worth
Smith.
your attention?
That's probably Mr.
Understand
Smith.
this. Our reach is long, for our gods are ancient and very real. We do not need to rely on faith alone in an absent, intangible benefactor.
I don't like its
Our
face.
gods are present,
I don't like its face. It's so
and at
mean.
this moment, filled with wrath. Unlike you, who spread your spore carelessly, with no more regard for where your taint lands, like an incautious whore.
I think he's talking about the infected.
Our God selects carefully, and we who are his hands are resourceful indeed. Your agents in our land are undone. Your distribution network shattered. Your spawning pools purified by sacred salts. But you dared harm our servants. This will not stand. Not at all. You are exposed. You are vulnerable. Have you begun to understand the scale of the danger you face? We have known what you are since the moment you arrived, but you were inconsequential, and we were content to let you play king of your pathetic castle. Understand this. One of our gods is much closer than you think. They have been there for an eternity and more, watching. We knew exactly how to hurt you. Repent. Repent, and we may allow you to keep your little dominion. But continue to fight shadows, and you will be destroyed utterly. Your master thinks themselves invulnerable. Witness as we shake the foundations of the earth itself. Your master is already in our grasp. We need only tighten our hold to crush them entirely. Repent. Repent and throw yourselves on our mercy and live. Resist, and you will be torn apart and scattered upon the waters you have so deeply, deeply defiled.
That is literally unhinged.
Tell me what I want to know, Joey.
I ain't saying nothing.
Oh, yeah? Well, we got ways to make you talk.
Ranger Duke over there, Harley Cataloni, Johnny C, Jimmy C.
Okay. Where'd they hide my money?
I ain't saying nothing.
Can't work like this.
Can I have some more Doritos?
What is this?
Samantha, we're home.
Well, place is still standing. That's a plus, right?
Yeah, I'm sure she has her reasons for not calling or texting me back for several days. No use hiding. I know you're here. You're back already? Already it's back.
Oh, it's... Terrorism at Tangy Water. Hold on a minute.
When this fire started, the smoke plume was visible from at least 20 miles away.
Is the anti-Tangy Water group trying to burn the Tangy Water plant? Wow.
That is not the case anymore, as firefighters now try to determine any damage that might have been done by what was in that smoke or in any potential water runoff. 2 buildings were on fire, one obviously.
Oh, it's totally
lost.
crisp.
That has been the concern about what might have been in that plume of smoke and going near the houses nearby. Firefighters directed their attack on one main building. The roof collapsed and only the outside walls partially standing.
Yeah, no kidding.
And smoke could be seen from another metal building next to it, but firefighters did seem to have that one under control. And from our helicopter vantage point, we could see that firefighters were able to keep the flames away from several nearby storage tanks and barrels. Not sure what's in them.
Oh, it's gonna
either.
explode.
A shelter-in-place order lifted now for 2 nearby schools. And as for any danger posed to the homes that surround this business on 3 sides, firefighters are still trying to determine that.
We have to evaluate the chemicals inside. We've got the hazardous materials teams on site, ensuring that there is no hazards to safety at the time and the direction that the smoke was being blown and the direction of travel. We wanted to ensure that there was no issues at that time. So we're still working through to ensure that that is safe.
Alright, the static's kind of overlapping. The ice again from the last video.
Glory be to the Eye. The Fallen One will graciously answer our prayers and consume the enemy from below. I invite you to watch as their sad little structures are devoured and digested by true majesty. They sought to destroy our master. Now they will be doomed to forever be a part of the perfection they sought to ruin. They would deny us our chance to be whole, so the Eye will grant them an eternity of misery, knowing what could have been, knowing they could have been whole. Rejoice and witness our triumph.
Mobile and highly active sinkhole. Location Kate's Crossing Elijah Fellowship. Look at the Elijah Fellowship Church. It is messed up. Wow. It is completely sank to the ground. It's eating. We can hear the sound. Wow.
Brothers and sisters, I come to you this evening
Why is it the
with
voice distorted?
mixed emotions. We mourn the loss of our cousins in the Elijah Fellowship.
Yeah, that is sad.
Such a cruel and callous way for such noble souls to pass.
They're dead.
But what they accomplished in their time must not be overstated.
Oh, that's what they did.
We have dismantled the enemy's incursion into our land. We went to their own doorstep and destroyed their ability to spread their filth.
I mean, that's really good.
We have purified the sources of the infection and
really.
freed many from its grip.
Okay, so that's what talked about the 34,649 people that have been freed from TNG worms. That's good.
But this war has been costly for both us and our adversaries. It threatens the secrecy we must both utilize for survival. And so, in exchange for certain agreements and restitution, we have agreed to a truce. Understand this. Should they abide by the terms, then our truce will stand. If they renege on their agreement, then we shall return. We have eyes who will remain to watch. But overall, we consider our interests in Kate's Crossing concluded.
Or the one in the video.
And now, let us remember our kin in happier times. And let us remember that hope that we still hold
Oh yeah, that's the same
for a
guy.
brighter future. I bid you
good evening.
Good evening.
On the resurrection morning, when all the dead in Christ shall rise, I'll have a new body. Praise the Lord, I'll have a new life. Eternal soul in weakness, raised in power, ready to live in paradise. I'll have a new body. Praise the Lord, I'll have a new life. Well, I'll have have a new home of life eternal with the redeemed of God to send.
There'll be no more sorrow, no more pain, there'll be no more strife.
Yes, raised in the likeness of my Savior, ready to live in
I'll be
glory
glad
land.
I'll have a new body. Praise the Lord, I'll have a new life. What a hallelujah morning when the last trump of God shall sound. I'll have a new body. Praise the Lord, I'll have a new life.
Eternal
Praise all bursting saints, all shouting heavenly beauty all around.
I'm actually vibing with this, not gonna lie.
Praise the Lord, I'll have a new life.
Oh, well, I'll have a new home of life eternal with the redeemed of God to send.
There'll be no more sorrow, no more pain, there'll be no more strife.
Yes, raised in the likeness of my Savior, ready to live in
I'll
glory
be glad
land.
I'll have a new body. Praise the Lord, I'll have a new life.
Oh, well, I'll have a new home of life eternal with the redeemed of God to send.
There'll be no more sorrow, no more pain, there'll be no more strife.
Yes, raised in the likeness of my Savior, ready to live in
I'll be
glory
glad
land.
I'll have a new body. Praise the Lord, I'll have a new life.
Impressive. Oh, 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 oh. Let's go back. So it's pretty much this shorter version of the part 1, but it's more focused on the Kate's Crossing Christian Fellowship. Now let's go back to the terms. We have here the faith from around the country in Louisiana. Now, the Reverend Bill Dean and Miss J. Brown talking about, let's say, devotion, nightly devotion towards to the people who was watching this or listening to this on the radio. And they got a call from Mr. Smith and pretty much say that Reverend Bill Dean and Miss J. Brown believes that their peace, like they worshiping a false god, even though Mr. Smith is infected with his family, based on this section over section over here, that they're infected, like both families except the neighborhood's kids. And then Jeremiah 10 verse 11, hold on. The Lord speaks to the Jews living in Babylon. He says, "Here is what you must tell the people of the nation. Tell them, your gods did not make the heavens and the earth. In fact, these gods will disappear from the earth. They will vanish from under the heavens." So basically that's what Miss Brown told us about. Because in reality, some of us people really worship false god for pretty much eternity for our lives. And this might be the sensitive topic I was gonna say, because it might be connected to the theories of what I'm about to say in this first section. They drink water still retain my soul. Pretty much Miss Brown is already aware of the tangy worms, so she perhaps bought a different bottles other than tangy water, because tangy water makes you having worms in your brain, and it's not good. And then that's probably it. If I missed something, go write it down in the comments, because I will love to hear your thoughts and theories. And then the next part is from Elijah Fellowship, operational report and status. We have part 1, the sabotage detection training. Just pretty much talks about the mix of oil, water, and salt with this binding reagent H to make sure it's separable and pretty much boils the water, so it will kill the parasite. Even though it's resilient, it is very adaptable to its surroundings. And if we separate them with the oil and the water, it will separate them, those 3 layers. And then the guy filtered out the oil and then water next, and if it's detected by yellow, it will become a salt water, and if it's not, it's gonna be fresh water. But we can't tell if what's color for the parasites. And then we have part two here. Yeah, right here. You can see that we're part of the interact with the infected, which etiquette. Good Mother series wherein the family was you might know infected, and Reed Thomas says at the second one, "You will be invited to their homes willingly. They will greet you warmly. You must not show your revulsion. Otherwise, your discomfort around them, your suspicion about them, because again, the virus basically reads people, like how they react, even how they interacted with, which is crazy." We have here Reed Thomas, and then welcoming Mrs. Smith, which probably is infected, and also the story, and then he then talks about the sentencing about the gifts, which is, for example, if you have been gifted food or water or any other necessities, you must accept them gratefully so they won't suspect you of being a healthy person or being not effective of the antivirus. And then when you're out of the vision from them, you can easily just dispose it. Easy win, which is clever. That says first and last name, use title for others to show some respect and some good mannerism, and then share something interesting like hobbies or some sort. And then we have a part 6, which we kind of missed out on part 3, 4, 5, but it doesn't matter to the conclusion with this uh, summary that I'm focusing about. And then the part 6, we have here the conclusion of 18 spawning sites destroyed or neutralized. So pretty much this is talking about Tangy waters, like Tangy water plants, the branch of it. Several key communities cleared of infection. Pretty much boil advisory, but enhanced version. Enemy will respond violently but mostly unprepared for resistance. Then true enemy can produce sinkholes, which will then what happened in Elijah Fellowship. It got wrecked. It got absorbed by the sinkhole. But we will learn more on the sinkhole analog core. And the total victory may be difficult. This might be referred to the Oracle project soon enough. And I like how the thought process of the Vintage 8 and it now like deeply connected to it and make it as a whole Tangy virus lore, which could make perfect sense and is deeply connected, which is so sick. And I love to dive down some of these stories like these articles. And then we're going to proceed to the next slide. We have here the reinfection seems difficult but not impossible. So pretty much the infectious rate. Um, Enemy agents are subsequently avoiding taking prisoners. Pretty much the contagion, or if there's cops um, that are infected with virus, they will usually free those prisoners. And then true enemy has not been physically located, which again makes sense because they're microscopic view. They're like literally parasite. And then complete destruction of virus infrastructure recommended, which will then it wouldn't make sense why on the terrorism has been acted on the Tenji water boiling plant. Like two of the boiling plants have been set on fire, but one of them is a total loss, one is under control. And then we have the total number freed and converted 34,649 people thanks to Elijah Fellowship and being aware of the people, and the enhanced boil advisory, which is boiling your water for the next an hour with the mix of salt, sodium chloride, water, which is infected, oil, and the reagent H combined. Which is, and then this guy pretty much the same as the voice over or the one who audio record the faith over, what is it called again? Hold on, I forgot. Faith from around the country from the Change Voice part 1. I believe this is the same guy who actually warning those people who are infected, basically like us technically, and like we should fall into an eternity burning down in, how can I see this, must be burned on the fiery lakes of hell, which could make sense for believing in false god and committing relentless sins that have not been repented or been like do so in the world's favor instead of a god's favor. So this is what this guy has been telling us all about for the next like for 3 whole minutes. And then we have over here, this incident occurred wherein the Tenji water boiling plant has been, like I said, the total loss, and then one is under control. And even though it's total control, the water itself, the Tenji water, it's been produced in the supermarket, the bottled water,
One
which will then
obviously
it'll change you. For example, that's their motto anyway. And the Tenji water, it got eradicated from these two of these branches of the factory, which means stock down the market. Uh, mm, Sorry. And then right after this, the eye is back, and it tells us about the sinkhole, which will then tie that on the sinkhole on the next video, which is the sinkhole of analog core. Here's what happened: the case crossing Elijah Fellowship Church, it got sinkhole. Pretty much, this is responsible for the Tangy virus. This is responsible to it. Again, this will tie it up. Hold on. Okay, like I said, this would make sense if the Tangy people called upon their gods or their master, which is on this term sinkhole, and eliminated possibly the people in Elijah Fellowship Church, which is sad, but it is gonna be predictable since the false gods are trying to persecuting us Christians in the first place to keep stalling spreading the word. But we do in fact share the spread the words to the other people, even though they're not as religious as Christian is. But we have to say what matters to us, basically, like family, our close friends, siblings, perhaps, you name it. And then to sum it up, they have the songs like this ending.
Eternal soul in weakness, raised in power, ready to live in paradise.
And this concludes the video. So far, I am liking this series so much. I am so hooked up for it. And if you want to see more of this, consider hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. And again, I will keep reminding you guys to leave a comment down below so your theories and possible prediction in the next video will definitely be sinkhole. I will cover that, and then after that I will be covered the Oracle project. So I want to make sure that you guys, if you have theories or thoughts for the prediction of the sinkhole, let me know down in the comments so I can read all of them off camera and talk about them while, if I have time, to repeat this They Will Thirst No More Part 1 and Part 2, and we'll conclude our theories. And again, let's get 30 views and we'll do more of this analog horror reaction again. And this is the end. God bless you all. Peace.